young girl stuffed onto the highway.
I know, Jay. Just see what you can come up with.
Hi, I'm David Jowsey, the producer of Mystery Road by Ivan Sen, a new film set in the outback of Australia, starring the creme de la creme of Australian actors. We've got the lead roles played by Aaron Pedersen. We've got Hugo Weaving, Jack Thompson, Ryan Kwanten, and a whole host of great Australian actors.
My name is Ivan Sen. I'm the writer-director of Mystery Road. Mystery Road is a murder mystery film. It's about an Indigenous detective played by Aaron Pedersen, who returns to his outback home to solve the murder of a local Indigenous girl.
Jay Swan is a young man who's a young father, and he's a detective in a small country town, and it's a nameless town. It's nondescript. But he's been there a couple of months. It's actually been his hometown. He grew up there. But he was away at detective school for about 10 years.
Jay?
Hey, Robbo. What's the story?
Got a truckie, pull up, check your trailers. Heard a wild dog growling from here under the bridge. It smelled something rotten.
How do you know it was a wild dog?
Guess he just knows the difference, I suppose, you know, between a wild dog and a wild kind of normal dog.
So he came back to get a posting back home to be near his daughter. He's got his estranged partner, Mary, and they've been apart for about 10 years.
Yeah, Mary comes in. She's a woman who is really shaped by her circumstances, circumstances that are hard, that are challenging, that are confronting, and she's sort of lost her way a little bit in those circumstances, and that's sort of reflected through her family.
It's called Jono. I actually don't know. It's Jono. And he's a detective working with the inside the police station. And he's seemingly, as you're watching the film, you would assume, as probably most of the other cops around him, that he's a little bit bent. Probably corrupt or corruptible, probably corrupt.
He comes across a lot of animosity within the community. A lot of people don't want to talk. A lot of people are too scared to talk.
So for Jay, he's a little bit of a dodgy character. Aaron's character. He's someone to watch out for, someone who's not particularly trustworthy. There's a couple of times when they have scenes together and Jono seems to be threatening him, but also investigating him, asking him questions about himself.
What are you doing out there today?
Just sightseeing.
You see anything interesting?
Maybe.
So watch where you step, Jay boy. Those big boots of yours will get you in trouble, huh? Get you in trouble.
So I play Pete Bailey, and Pete is sort of a small town kid. He's grown up in this town. He pretty much hasn't left the town, so he's very much, his viewpoints on the world and his sort of level of culture are pretty much non-existent. And so he's sort of very much been guided by his father, who's sort of I guess, a bigot and very much sort of a man of the land. And so Pete has sort of gone a little wayward, and he's sort of found himself in some precarious situations, and he's chosen to deal with them in a not so good way. Yeah, I'm so used to reading scripts that are just all flair and no soul. And this just had nothing but soul. There was no kind of extra fat on the bone. It was just the story.
Mystery Road, it's a genre film, but it's a genre film, I think, with a cultural perspective. And I think that cultural perspective is something that makes it a little more unique and interesting for an audience.
It was a really easy read, but the kind of story that stays with you, that you don't just sort of turn that last page and forget about it. And I don't know how many films that I've seen, and I know you're the same, but by the time the credits are rolling, you've forgotten what you watched. I guarantee you this is not that film.